Welcome back to Sky High Adventures. We've got perfect weather for the weekend with the perfect ranch to have an amazing hunt. Our hunt this weekend, sponsored by Strike Construction, will be at the beautiful Pate Ranch near Buffalo, Texas. 15-year-old St. Jude's patient Kane Hogan and his family will be joining us from Huntsville, Alabama to get Kane the buck he's always dreamed of. We'll also be doing some fishing, skeet shooting, and maybe even some duck hunting with a surprise or two thrown in for Kane. Earlier in the year, we tried to get Kane on a hunt, but he was just too sick from leukemia to make a trip. That makes this trip all the more rewarding for Kane and his family. Now let's get on with the hunt from day one.
I've been hunting for, say, 5 or 6 years. My granddad takes me. We have some acres, some land out in Alabama, and we hunt on the weekends most of the time. You know, just go down, just have fun and hunt. And I've loved it ever since I started doing it.
You get bullets in that gun?
How old were you when you started doing it?
I was about 10.
And how old are you now?
15.
So a lot of these kids, they have these different obstacles that they're already going through, and they're fighting for their lives for the most part. And getting out and hunting gives them the opportunity to overcome an obstacle. They're basically going out there with a plan. They're going out there with an idea, and they're given the opportunity to go out and succeed in something quick and easy, and do it with people that they find close to them. And so that's another reason why it's really important, is because it's giving them the opportunity to win in something.
He taught you about all about rifles?
Yeah, he taught me all about guns and shooting. He's taught me pretty much everything about hunting and everything I know.
Where do you guys go when you hunt?
And it's in Alabama. It's in Pickens County, Alabama. We got about probably 1,000 acres we hunt. We try to hunt it as much as we can. But
What kind of stuff do you have down there?
just whitetail mostly. 6 Point's my first one, so we mounted that one, and then we always process the meat, and Mom always cooks with it, and so we get good use out of it.
What's your favorite part of the deer to eat?
I like probably the back strap, I think.
Oh yeah, me too.
So I grew up in the outdoors. I grew up raising animals, butchering animals, going hunting and fishing. Spent a lot of time offshore. And I love doing those things, and I know, how important it is for children to have activities like those in their lives.
You want some deer meat? I got my freezer full.
No, we got that freezer up top.
I got some summer sausage made the other day. It's pretty good.
So how many tag deer you think y'all got?
Probably 80 out, but they don't make it. It's tough on them. They're not wild by any means, but we got quite a few. We might see 1 or 2 here.
What's that?
Tag deer, breeding deer.
Those ain't shooters.
Yeah,
You
those
don't
are.
shoot.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, we saw all kinds of deer, and they're numbered. There's special ones with tags that have huge horns that you can't shoot, because that's the breeder deer, the breeder bucks.
Place we're hunting on right now is about 3,400 acres.
So they let you hunt out here, any?
Yeah, sometimes.
They do?
I do more duck hunting. I mean, I've got a deer lease and plenty of places to shoot deer.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get at the end of the year, you got to get your does and everything down, and we'll shoot some. My favorite stand, man, it's a honey hole. Sometimes. It just all depends. It's not every time. So it's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess, whichever way it goes. You never know. It's hunting.
Hunting brings people together in a sense because it's so intimate. You're out there, you're having to sit still for an hour, 2 hours with people that either you're close with or people that you're just now meeting. And also it's just harvesting. That's something that's been done for however many years. It's about bringing food to the table. It's about a gathering. It's about sharing. So it's kind of all that wrapped up into one thing.
But we do got something cool in these stands here. See that? Hit that orange button there.
Orange one?
Hit the orange one.
What it do?
Throwing corn.
Oh yeah, come on.
Show Y'all got that in Alabama?
No. My granddad's took all of us hunting, but I ain't never.
We should have brought a shotgun. Did you see all them doves laying in there?
Yeah.
Probably. There wasn't no dove this year during dove season. Now they all showed up 2 weeks after the season's over.
Yeah. Yeah, but we dove hunt and deer hunt. I always wanted to go duck hunting, but I ain't never been.
Tomorrow, Kane's gonna get up and go duck hunting.
Well, you know, getting out and participating in a hunting or fishing trip, it's a little different than most of your normal outdoor activities because not everybody has the capabilities to get out and do these kind of things. They don't have access to these really nice set-up ranches and these blinds to go sit in, or these lakes or different pieces of land to go fish on. So that's where we also help kind of open the door to these opportunities for these kids.
After about an hour, probably, there was 3 deer that walked out, 3 big deer. There's a few tag deer, and then the one that I shot walked out. It walked out, and then they hopped back over the fence, and we lost sight of them for 5 or 10 minutes. And so a few minutes later, they walked back out, and we were just sitting there waiting to get a good shot.
Yeah, he's the one in the middle. Walking to the whack him. Oh. Watch the trigger. All right, get ready to go pull it out. Okay, go ahead. All right, there you go. Let it get broadside. Let it get broadside. Be patient. You're pretty steady. Yeah. Hang on, wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, look at that. That's fixing to give it to you. And turn just a little bit more. Whack it. Take your time. There you go. Good shot! That's what we call in Texas putting a smack down on it. You the man! Kane is the man!
I think my favorite part was the video that y'all took of Kane when he shot that deer, because he smiled so big and hollered, woo-hoo! I think that was my favorite part. He was pretty excited. He was smiling pretty big when he caught that bass too.
Kane was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia on January 23rd of 2015. A remarkable athlete, Kane's family, friend, and coaches were all stunned at the news. How could such a healthy, active boy get cancer? But cancer doesn't discriminate. It simply doesn't matter if you're a star athlete and the very picture of youthful health. The cancer that Kane had been diagnosed with, leukemia, or ALL as it's sometimes referred to, is the most common type of childhood cancer. About 3,000 people younger than 20 are found to have leukemia each year in the U.S. It most often occurs in children from ages 3 to 5. Leukemia is a cancer that affects white blood cells. Without enough white blood cells, the body has a harder time fighting infections. Symptoms of leukemia include frequent infections, fever, easy bruising, bleeding that is hard to stop, pain in bone or joints, weakness, fatigue, paleness, and shortness of breath. While Kane is doing much better, he has had complications in the past and will have to undergo treatment for the next 2 years.
Well, when we first got here, the people were just amazing. They wanted us to act like this was home. I mean, it was amazing. And all the food was amazing. Stuff that I could probably eat every day. I mean, it was amazing. The cook was amazing. He cooked.
There you go. This is a chicken. It's a Paint Ranch chicken. It's very good. You like peas? Right.
Well, I think they get a lot out of it, you know. They don't get very much time to just go out and have fun and enjoy life and be outdoors and get to be just a kid. And so, yeah, it may be a short weekend where they get to do that, but it's a lifetime memory. And it's also a time for them to get to see their family. They don't get to spend a lot of time with their family whenever they're at St. Jude. Typically, you know, the father stays at home and works, and it's the mom at the hospital with the kids, so.
One of my favorite parts is probably when we went hunting. I've always loved hunting. And to do that out here is just, it's a once in a lifetime thing. I mean, it's awesome.
We gotta, if y'all want, we'll do the hunting show. You stand on the other side of the deer, we're gonna walk up like we're looking for it. There he is.
And then we go around on the big land yacht, whatever they call it. And that thing is amazing. I want one, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
So definitely when the families get home, it changes them. They get to do something so positive that, yeah, a lot of these families are never gonna have an opportunity to do outside of Sky High Adventures. And it just brings them closer together, and it just gives them something that they'll always cherish for a lifetime, and brings the family bond back to where it probably was before they started going through the treatment.
And then we went fishing. I caught 2 big bass, and it's just it's a dream trip. It's just something that you just dream about, really, and then it's really happening. So it's just amazing.
Kane and his family live in rural Alabama near Huntsville and own some farm equipment and a tractor or two. Now, Kane likes his tractors. In fact, he likes his tractors so much he asked on his birthday not for gifts, but for his dad, Craig, to teach him how to drive a tractor. So when one of the guides, Paul Dale, asked me if he would like to drive one of the ranch tractors, I told him, well, I think he has one in his home in Alabama, but I'll ask him. Paul Dale replied, that's okay, but he hasn't driven this tractor. Boy, was he ever right.
Oh, he's gonna drive.
We're going to get out of the way.
You're gonna do it all.
Name is Clay Glockson, and am the chairman over the adventures portion of Sky High for St. Jude. It's a team of 10 committee members, and we're all volunteers, and we dedicate our time to literally providing an opportunity for these children who have spent so much time cooped up in a room or in a hospital going through treatment. A chance to get out and enjoy the outdoors, go fishing, go hunting, skeet shooting. It provides an opportunity for them to get some vitamin D. You know, vitamin D is good for everybody, and it serves as a rejuvenating experience that helps them overcome those obstacles in life that some of us may not be able to see. It allows you to help uplift others that are going through the same type of issue. So that's what we're all about. We're about uplifting spirits. The activities, they're not just solely hunting and fishing trips. You know, it's getting them out, you know, putting them around a campfire and letting them roast some marshmallows with close family, you know, people that they really want to be there with them to forget about the negativity. But those are things that really make you step back and realize what's important in life. And it really builds you as a person because it helps you become who you really are. It helps you really be there for others and to help them jump high enough to successfully get over those specific hurdles.
Well, right now we're riding on a wagon, being pulled by mules.
And you're the mule skinner.
And I'm the mule skinner, I guess.
This one over here's been acting right.
Acting.
Yeah, you ain't acting right. Well, I didn't use them really all winter.
Yeah.
They run fresh.
Out of shape.
Yeah. We got 4 wagons. This one, that chuck wagon. We got an old freight wagon.
Yeah.
And then we got a rubber tire wagon. Got rubber,
Yeah,
you know,
like the road or something.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
rode in the crack wagon, which is 200 pounds of corn. He has this remote control button, and he rides these roads and drops the corn. And whenever you pass, the deer come out and eat the corn right behind you. They don't even run from the truck. They just come right behind you. Then we came back and had a...
Did you see some?
Oh, we saw all kinds of deer, and they're numbered. They're special ones with tags that have huge horns that you can't shoot because that's the breeder deer, the breeder bucks. And then there's one with a broke horn that they're gonna cull because it's not a pretty deer. But there's does and babies everywhere. And he knows all of them, like he knows where they are. It's pretty amazing.
That was Mr. Paul?
That was Mr. Paul. And on the other side of the farm, there's one that has a drop horn. And he has a tag too, you can't kill him. But he makes babies that have drop horns. On January the 23rd, 2015, Turner Kane Hogan, my youngest child, was diagnosed with leukemia, ALLB.
Something like this happens, you know, as a dad, it really kind of takes the wind out of you.
When Kane first got diagnosed, I was
I was a senior in high school, and I was texting Mom and Dad all day. I was like, hey, what's going on? Because, I mean, my little brother was going to get blood work. I'm sitting there, and my youth pastor walks up to the door. Honestly, I almost call him like a second dad to me, but he's like, Noah, and he was really serious. I'm like, oh. I was like, yeah, I'll come out there. And I wasn't thinking nothing about it. Well, honestly, I wouldn't want my mom to tell me this or Dad to tell me this, but Joe David telling me, my youth pastor, his name is Joe David, for him to tell me this, he told me so bluntly, and he seriously, this is what the words out of his mouth was, Noah, I don't know how to tell you this, but Kane's been diagnosed with leukemia.
Kane can't participate in sports anymore. He inspires people that have played sports with him because they know how dearly he loves it, but he can't be on the field or on the court.
You know, he would say something to me like, Dad, I'm not going to be able to do this, or I'm not going to be able to do this. I want to try something else. He started liking golf. He started studying golf. And he's that way when he goes, and all my kids are, when they get involved in something, they go all in. They want to learn it and study it and be the best they can be.
My dad has a hunting club. He's introduced all my boys to the sport of hunting. And Kane has hunted occasionally, but never had the opportunity to hunt as diligently as he does now, because on Friday nights you have football, and on Thursday nights you may have a basketball or baseball game, so it kind of limits your hunting abilities. So when you take that away, you don't have to play ball. You're not playing ball anymore, so you can pack up on Thursday and go spend the weekend at the hunting club. Or like we did today, we packed up and flew to Texas to hunt. Kane hunts with the heart that he played ball with.
And Kane played his last football game. I mean, and it wasn't his last one his senior year. It was his freshman year. I was at wide receiver, and we were playing Haleyville, and we were getting the brains beat out of us. And we look up, and I start blocking for this guy, and this guy, like, our running back, like, runs right by me. I'm like, I was like, who is that? And I looked up, and it's number 14. I'm like, that's my brother. I was like, and that dude had, like, over, like, 80 yards on, like, 4 carries. And I'm like, dude, where'd that come from? Like, nobody knew that. But, like, Kane's passion is in football, and, like, it changed our lives dramatically. Now, instead of going to a football or baseball game, we back up and we go talk to the kids at St. Jude's, or we'll go and Mom and Kane will be gone, and me and Dad will just chill at home. And like, it's just, it's completely changed our perspective on everything. And honestly, I'm just thankful that I still have my brother with me.
Like I said, this other door opening when he started into the hunting in St. Jude, and it's such a wonderful place. And you got to look at the good. You got to look at, you can't dwell on the bad. And when you as a dad see that time, that spot in his mind being occupied away from the city, there's a lot of this sickness is a lot of sitting and waiting, and there's waiting to do this, and you can't do this, so you just see it. Well, I mean, you start trying to adapt, and hey, I could be sitting in the woods somewhere while this is going on, you know, and this, so the Lord answers. He replaced, he put things that Cain loves to do in his ability.
Cancer kind of takes the blinders off your world, where you've been structured your entire life around athletics, and winning and losing is life or death. It changes when you see life and death. When you go through the doors of St. Jude and you see children one visit and don't see children the next visit, it changes your priorities. It makes you realize that there are bigger games in life, that there are things that cancer can't take away. It can take away ball games, but it can't take away the important things. It can't take away your family. It can't take away your church. It can't take away your hope or your faith or your courage or love. It can't take away the important things. I mean, fire can take away money, but it can't take away your memories, and it can't take away the important things.
You wonder why things happen, and I've told him, me and him have talked. I said, this is happening for a reason. There's some reason, son, that this is happening. And it may just be just to meet the people that we've met in the last year. And it's just some of the nicest people and people that I want to keep in contact and know the rest of my life. This week, this hunt, it's been amazing. It's amazing. The things that we've done in just this whirlwind 2 days. But everybody gets along. Everybody's joking. Everybody seems like they're genuinely just sharing a common interest. It's not like, hey, we're trying to help the sick kid. It's just, we're just here, let's have some fun. Let's hunt. Let's talk about hunting, sports, fishing, whatever we got can fit in these days. Let's just do it and have fun, and come Monday, we'll have to go back to the real world. But it's just beyond words what it's done for me personally, and to watch him these last couple of days. And I don't know how to thank everybody involved. I never will be able to fully.
It was a furious weekend, and I don't think we could have packed in one more thing. Like Kane's father said, it couldn't have been scripted any better. 1 trophy deer, 1 monster bass, 4 ducks, and more great memories than you can count. That's a pretty good haul for one weekend. Hearing the kind words of gratitude over and over from Kane, Michelle, Craig, and Noah leaves no doubt what we were able to give to Kane and his family will be remembered for a lifetime. But our gratitude goes to the Hogan family to allow us to be part of their lives for one weekend. To laugh with them, to cry with them, and to witness the love they have for one another is something gifted to us, and we will remember for a lifetime as well. Our special thanks to our wonderful hosts, Mr. Hecht and his wife Aubrey. We blame them for the extra pounds we put on eating their cooking and for the one-liners Mr. Hecht had at the ready. 2 finer people you will not meet. Also, great thanks to all our guides at the Pate Ranch. The deer did its job, but not without them. And of course, none of this is possible without the generous donation from Strike Construction. Thanks again from the bottom of our hearts.